You wouldn't believe what's going on in my life just by looking at me. But this is why I created this page, for this very reason, to encourage you all that no matter what is happening, you still have the chance, the opportunity to curate the life that you want to live, and that you shouldn't have to sacrifice fun and, most importantly, hope and joy. So, if you want to be inspired to live life on purpose and tap into what makes things fun and exciting, and follow my journey, then stick with me and let's go. To introduce myself and so you guys can know me, my name is yougotthis. I turned 30 last year, and I'm currently a office manager at a counseling office that my mom operates and owns. And with that, I am also just someone who's always been about fun and positivity and joy and the likes. For all of you personality trait aficionados, I am a ENFJ, a type 7 Enneagram, a O positive blood type, and born in August, which for those of you who have to know, yes, I am a Leo. But with that comes a very unique personality and interest and passion. So for me, I'm a very creative person. So I love art, art history, architecture, fashion, design, interior design, film, obviously, and music. And I also, as you'll come to learn, am a fangirl for both K-pop and wrestling, which I will talk about in another video on another day. But for this video, I wanted to make sure that I could be transparent with you all up front and share my story of what I'm currently walking through. Before I begin, let me assure you with the fact that everything will be fine in the end. And God has me through this whole process, and He truly does not forsake those who know and love Him. Plus, He asked me to share this story with you guys and my journey with you guys, so I'm just being obedient. So I mentioned that I turned 30 last year, which was amazing. I spent the weekend actually, with both my mom and my two best friends, who you'll come to meet later on. But everything felt new, everything felt exciting at the time because I was just entering this new phase in my life, and I was just expecting to be like catapulted into transformation, and I did get that. So I started off with moving out of my apartment that I lived in with my best friends for 5 years. And really the decision came down to prayer and fasting and God telling me that, to move out. So I did that, and I moved back home just so I could have some recuperating time to figure out what the next step would be. And so that happened in July 2024, so last year. And at the time, I did feel relieved because the finances were looking a little bit funny due to the increase in rent, which, that's typical woes of our generation. But that was one less worry for me. But something else came up. I had a health concern that was kind of ruminating in the back of my mind that I wanted to check out. And so I scheduled an appointment with my PCP and voiced my concern to her. And after, we talked a little bit, had a little discussion, answered questions, she referred me to a specialist at a nearby hospital. And so a few days later, I got scanned. They took samples of tissues, and so I had to wait. Well, 2 days later, I found out that I had breast cancer on the right side of my body, my right breast, and it was in 3 areas. So my breast and then 2 lymph nodes. So all of this at the fresh age of 30, stage 3, when I'm supposed to be thriving, looking good, and like meeting my well-paid spouse because I can be a bit expensive. But instead, cancer. And definitely, cancer was not in my plan at all. I don't think it's in anybody's plans at all. But it was in that moment that, truthfully, it felt like all of my hopes and dreams were just dashed. And I could feel that darkness trying to cave in, along with like overwhelm and sadness. obviously I just had to take like a few moments naturally. But also, like, however, in that moment of receiving the news, I immediately prayed to God, and I was like, you're still good, and I still trust you in healing me, because he's taking care of literally everything else in my life. And whether you are a believer or you're not a believer, I know this might sound or seem a little crazy or unheard of, depending on if you are a Christian, like where you are in your walk. But I promise you that depositing my praise and trust in him took me away from that darkness instantly. And I truly set the tone by telling him that he was good and that I trust in his healing for me. So, yeah, if I didn't do that, I would have easily caved into giving up completely. Instead, I wanted better. And I made a promise to myself as well at that time that I wouldn't let this disease dictate my life. So, yeah. Now, this is not to say that I don't have my moments of tears, sadness, and momentary hopelessness, anger, frustration. I am human after all. But all in all, this is a journey that I'll have to grieve what I thought my life would be like before. And I have to take some, adjusting and processing to all of that. And then the information and all the solutions that come up with making me become healthier and better. But again, this is why I created this page, because I, with the joy that I have, want to be able to deposit into you guys what God has given to me. So again, believer or not, this is why I'm here. This is why I created this channel, to be a reminder to have as much fun as possible. And for my focus of not letting cancer take away what I can control, which is investing into the things that make me look forward to something good or exciting. But for you, is there something that you're dealing with that ends up being the period or end in the statement of your life? Is there a want to thrive, but hardships get in the way? Or do you just need a boost of positivity for your day to day? If any of that sounds applicable to you or sounds relatable, then join me in making the most of life, even now. Turning nothing into something. Sharing fun and good memories to inspire, and remember that there's always, always a chance for joy and hope. Proving that joy is a strength through the tough times. So, with my gift of joy and celebration, along with encouragement, yapping, and having a passion for many things that will entertain, I want us to lighten the load together, especially at a time like this. So I want to connect with you all and see what makes you awesome as well. I want us to be able to create a community where we can share just stories from each other's journeys and transformation, healing, whatever it is that you're walking through right now. So please don't forget to follow and interact with Fun with Danae on here, YouTube, and also on Instagram and Red Note, or Little Red Book. I guess that's the accurate translation, aka Xiaohongshu.